She dances on the moon, her spirit lifts up with the tune, spreading kindness around the room. She's Katie Moonchild.
Hey, good to see you all. Good morning. Happy Taco Tuesday. Good to see you all. I won't yell, I promise. I just have to show some enthusiasm, even though it's a mask. I haven't slept very well the last 4 or 5 days. This solar is kicking my butt. I think my mind is going, yeah, we need to do blah, da, 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 da. And then I'm going, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Next thing I know, half the day is gone and I didn't get much done. So, yeah. You're going to, oh, really? They're going through a change. That's why they needed you. You're the stable one. Hey, Sin. Hi, Jenny. Hi, everybody. Hi, Fatima. Hey, Dolly. So, you need some support from the spirits. Well, let me tell you, today is a good day for that. We could talk about that. I'm glad you can join me too. Oh, Sin, I'm so glad. Oh, I've been there, Buzzcut Chemochrome. Buzzcut Chemochrome. Oh, have I been there? Enjoy it. That's all I gotta say. Enjoy it. I spent more time using my hair conditioner to moisturize my scalp. I had the healthiest, most beautiful scalp when I lost all my hair from chemo. I don't mean to make light of your situation, my love, but the way you put it, Buzzcut, Chemochrome, Crone, I love it. It's true. It's true. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just enjoy the fact, especially this time of year. What the hey? It's getting hotter and you won't have hair. I didn't have any hair either in the summer. And my mother bought me this beautiful, she spent $125, $130 on this really nice wig at the cancer center here. So it was really discounted. It was human hair. It's human hair and everything. My color. And I think I wore it once because it was so itchy from being hot. Hi, our shining lights. She knit you a cat with cat ears. How fun. You know, that's the whole idea. When you're going through chemotherapy or something where you're in a fight for literally your life, you have got to find the humor in it all, or it'll defeat you before you start. So, yeah, I used to make all kinds of comments. It's fun raising your eyebrows when you don't have any. Because, yeah, I lost eyebrows, eyelashes, the fuzz, that soft fuzz that everybody tries to hate so much on your face. I don't remove mine now that I'm older and it's thicker. I do remove individuals that are too thick. But this fuzz on my cheeks, I love it because during chemo, it was gone. I didn't have to do anything to make it go away. Yeah, don't do wigs. Believe me, they're nice if you're the kind of person where you have a job, where you have an appearance you have to keep up. But otherwise, especially in the summertime, they're itchy. I have a collection of them in there. I have blue, I have green, I have purple extensions, blue extensions. I have a white wig my neighbor next door found at a thrift store. It's beautiful. Bob with bangs. So now I have a black bob with bangs that I put tinsel in. I have a green bob that's neon green. And now I have a white one. So, yeah. Yes, Fatima. Fatima and Sin, you guys need to talk. Going through similar stuff. Yeah, keep your spirits up. Do everything you can. I, I'm the kind of person that I go no matter how bad I'm feeling. I try to go everywhere I go, making people giggle and laugh. So if I'm klutzy, which is what I am today, bad. That's why I was late. I just went not even 50 feet into my kitchen to get more water to drink and to go to the bathroom. And it took me longer than 3 minutes. I don't have to walk 20 feet to do any of that. I feel today on easy on my feet, like I've taken a muscle relaxer or something, which has me nervous, and I'll tell you why. It was a year ago today that I hurt my back. And I want that to go and be all better now. Right? Right? That's when all the first I hurt my back, then I had my hand surgery, and then I broke my foot. We're not trying for number 4. Number 3 was the foot. It's done. I will be released this Friday from occupational therapy, calling my hand done. It's not, but it's close as we're going to get it now. I just keep working on it, as the months go by and time goes by, it'll get back. It's just stiff. You used a black cap to cover your hair loss. Yeah, our shining light. So you've had chemo too. Interesting. It fell down in the toilet. You know what I used? And it didn't dawn on me until the other day what they were. It's just at the cancer center where I used to get my chemo infusions. Kind of coolest gift shop. Dr. Wayne Dyer books and me. Um all kinds of stuff from Hay House. Books and things and lotions and potions and sound therapy, and it's just a really cool place. They sell wigs, all kinds of really cool things. But I walked in that place and I thought, oh no, this is going to be bad, bad, bad for me. And then I noticed they had jewelry and things that weren't really expensive that cancer patients had made. And it was like, you know what? I love this place. Even if I don't have cancer, I want to buy my Christmas presents here. I ended up, I spent a fortune in that place while just the 4 months I was on chemo. Um, but I got surgical caps, that they wear in surgery, the doctors wear, they tie in the back. And that's what I wore on my head. And here in Arizona, that's just a real thin, it's like surgical cotton. I know Jenny knows. It's just really thin. Yeah, like a bandana. Bandanas rock. Yeah, and you can get bandanas at Michael's in so many colors. You can, at least here, of course, here, bandanas and conchos and pony beads and all that is just kind of a second way of life. You had breast cancer 9 years ago. God bless you for surviving. I'm so glad you're here. I had breast cancer in 2008 and stage 3. I had quite a trip, but I'm here and I'm glad I went through that. I'll be honest with you, because I didn't appreciate life before. And it's weird because when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I went through something similar. I was so much type A multitasker, I couldn't hardly keep up with what was left. And I mean, my planner, I carried a leather planner. Not the little ones that most people carry. I had the big one because I had to. I couldn't keep track of my appointments. I couldn't keep track. I was caring for my elderly parents, trying to work, and it just uh, was all too much. And fibromyalgia kicked me in the butt. But I say that was the biggest blessing I've had in my entire life was getting fibromyalgia because it made me understand how beautiful life is when you slow the F down. Get off that treadmill that somebody else has turned to the dial to a speed that isn't appropriate for you. Get off of it. You don't need to be there. Yeah. Um, Fibromyalgia has taught me that when you need to stop, self-care. Oh my God, if you don't pay attention in self-care, fibromyalgia, my particular case of it, I'll end up in the hospital on IV drug meds. So, don't want to go into deep detail about me, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a, yeah, you can do it. So many do. And as you run, I know those of you that are, you go around and you watch the other channels. Um, there's a lot of us that are cancer survivors and fibromyalgia patients. Kind of interesting how those two kind of go hand in hand. Talk about trauma. Cancer's massive trauma in your life. It really isn't the cancer itself that's the trauma, it's the treatment. Because all cancer is just you're just a cell goes haywire and says, an idea? Let's just grow. And they go, and that's cancer. They just decide for some reason a switch gets flipped and they grow abnormally. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about your idea space. And we'll do that by pulling cards. And we're telling you guys to be creative all the time. I know you've got ideas. Very true, Katie. That was what happened with the COVID. It woke up a lot of people. They look at life everyone. COVID did that to everybody. And what we're going through right now with these solar storms is doing the same thing to those of us who are already awake and working on our enlightenment and raising our vibes to ascend to the next level with this shift. This the magnetics that is going on right now. I don't know about you all, but I'm really having a hard time sleeping. Doesn't help that it's hot here. But 64 is not hot. I sleep with my window open. It's 64 outside. But you would think it's 80 in my house. So I know it's the sun. And when it comes up in the morning, it has a funny hue. And the biggest thing is, for the first time ever in my life, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. Okay. And I never saw the Aurora Borealis. Ever. Ever. I did here. I didn't see the auroras, but I did. Our sky turned flippin' purple in Tucson, Arizona. What does that say about the strength of those storms? I didn't get the undulating ribbons of color, but the whole sky will look like somebody photoshopped it. Really was cool, and it was scary, and it was really cool. I loved it. But yeah, it was fantastic because where the sun would be was where the purple was, and then how it's always darker on the periphery. It was dark blue. It wasn't black. It was blue. So the sky was just purple and blue. It was so pretty, so weird to see a saguaro cactus in front of a purple sky, and it was completely 100% natural, not Photoshop. It was pretty cool. So I've been being my creativeness. So this is my idea space. This is what my ideas were doing. I'm making crystal balls. This one is it was kind of a experiment mess up because I didn't intend on it having this line right here. But that's okay. It's just because I put the mirrors in there at that point. I had to pour it in too. So I had to pour it upside down like this. And it's got the flat bottom. So I'm going to put a copper coil wire here and then use some UV resin to go ahead and make it domed so that when it sits like a paperweight, it'll be iridescent because you have all the little bits. That's just, the cellophane you get when someone sends you flowers or a gift and it comes with that iridescent cellophane. That's all that is. I just cut it up into little teeny, teeny, teeny pieces in a baggie because it's real staticky. But you'll notice the top is kind of cloudy. See that? I bought. Sin, you gave me the idea by giving me this, right? I bought some selenite sticks to make wands out of, right? Well, in the bag that they came in a plastic bag. There was a whole bunch of powder that had come off of these. They're very raw. They have a powder on them now. Um, really cool. Got some really big ones. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. These things split really easy, by the way. So I just dumped it in there and stirred it up, and there was a little short piece because they make little rods. You can tell by the texture of the stone, it makes little rods. It's that little tiny piece of a rod. You can just barely see it in here, right about there. But yeah, I was just messing around yesterday. I made some exercise balls for my hand to do this with. It's doing it back the other way that I have a hard time with. There we go. Once I get it started, I can do it. But you don't want that. So I made those for my plastic surgery or my occupational surgery people. I'm going to make a couple more. It has a little phantom thingy inside. I was just having a good time playing. So that's my idea space. Your idea space consists of your own thoughts, your emotions, your sensations, and your perceptions. Your idea space is unique to you, and it's uncountability deep and visible to others. Even if you say you're not creative, you have ideas. Impart those ideas to those of us who are the makers, who get bored with just making coasters. I make it for one of my physical therapy people. Orange is her favorite color. And bunny rabbits. The Purity Bunny from Saturday Solutions. To doing some things that really matter, and it makes me feel really good that I have all the supplies that I need to start making some abstract giant vases and bowls and the like. And once I start down that road, that's going to be interesting because live streams might be few and far between because I'm going to need my whole table to make those. As it is, my table is half cards, half resin, half crystals. Makes life interesting. You love selenite. I have it all over my house, in my pocket, in the truck, and yes, in my wands as well. That's the way I am about rose quartz. But when COVID hit, I was told by Spirit to put rose quartz in every window so that only love could come in and I would be fine. I bought a pound, I think it was. Nah, it had to be a couple pounds of raw rose quartz off of Amazon. I don't even think it was $20. And there was enough. I had enough exactly for every window. And to have on my 4-foot plant that I'm growing. That some of you know about the details of my growing habits, some of you don't. But that's okay. I don't get into details on that anymore here on YouTube because it's frowned upon. Sorry. It's not mushrooms, but it's similar. Anyway, let's find your idea space. And how we find our idea space is by using our cones. Koans. A cone is a quote that captures the essence of an idea space in a particular point in time. While thoughts, emotions, sensations, and perceptions can be difficult to convey, a cone is the best tool we have to achieve this. So today our cone or our prompt card is the Zen, is from the Zen idea space. And the card says, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Chinese proverb. So if this magnetic resonance or magnetics is kicking you in the butt, sit on it if it needs to be sat on. I can talk about rose all I want. Well, I'm growing a cannabis plant called Sugar Black Rose, hence the name Rose, and she's about 4 foot tall now in one of my bathrooms. It's perfectly legal here for me to do that for recreational purposes, but I'm growing it for medicinal purposes because that's my number one medicine and painkiller is my CBD and all those other compounds that are wonderful in there. So I swear by RSO. Yeah, I got those lovely leaves. They're bigger than my hand. Anyway, back to the card. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Take your time. Do what is needed to be done. If you get in a rush, you're going to miss something. Oh, rose can be very medicinal. And I'll tell you what, growing your own medicine, there's nothing like it because I know exactly what is in that plant. I don't know what's in that stuff at the dispensary. I mean, they're not, the dispensaries here are highly scrutinized in Arizona, believe me. But I still, I grow organically, not with a bunch of chemicals because I don't want to ingest those chemicals. Ah, sweetie, one day maybe I hope the whole world does like Portugal. They just really understood that drug addiction and addiction is a medical issue. It is not a legal issue. It is not a law issue. And making the substances illegal doesn't stop anything. It just makes people want it more. It's that forbidden fruit crap. Why do we do that, you guys? The thing that goes with this quote today is pick an idea in your life that you want to improve, like your health, your education, relationships, something like that. Take action to be 1% better today. I think even in my worn out, lack of sleep condition, I think I can pull that off. Can you guys? Can you improve yourself by 1% today? I can. I sure can. Trying to decide if I should tell you the flip side of the card or wait till the end. If I wait till the end, I always forget to give it to you. The nighttime message for you. To choose doubt as a philosophy of life is akin to choosing immobility as a means of transportation. What could be accomplished if self-doubt was replaced with self-belief? And that is they put it in a weird, I can't read that. Can you guys see? It's hard to see the name of who said the quote. Uh, Yarnin Martel? Anyway, Chinese proverb. It goes along with my favorite saying, even one step forward is still forward. So if that's all you can manage today, cool. That's cool too. Some of us don't have that luxury. So yeah, when it became it, I didn't think it was ever going to become legal here because being on the Mexico border, this international border, where all the fentanyl's coming from. Because yeah, that was the number one main crop that was getting pushed over the border. It was marijuana and heroin. Fentanyl comes in through legal means. Sorry, it doesn't just come across the border. Talk to Mitch McConnell about fentanyl. See how much his wife has to do with it. Elaine Chao used to be our transportation secretary. Most of the fentanyl that comes in the United States comes from China. Her papa has a shipping company. And that's as far as I'm going to go because this is not a political channel. I'm just glad that man is retiring. That's all I've got to say. I've watched him try to ruin this country his whole career. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Beep, 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 beep. I got these two little timers. They're really cool. Ooh, you need that one too. Zero out, please. There we go. Now it won't go off again. Anyway, I got these two little kitchen timers. They're the coolest. I got two of them for $5 on Prime, delivered, and all that. So I have one for the kitchen and one for here to use with my resin. It's kind of like my meat thermometers. I have one for resin and one for food. You definitely don't want to mix the two. Although my resin that I use is supposed to be food safe, you can eat off of it if you need to. So my bowls that I will be making here in the next month or so, it's too hot to do much outside in June, so I will be making lots of resin. There's more to the marijuana legality thing than it being a drug. It's the reason it was made illegal in the first place. It was the drug. It was something that relaxed the farm worker. And the guy that was in charge of prohibition, when prohibition was done away with, didn't have anything to do. So he created a prohibition. He was a racist and he didn't like Mexican people. So, hence, you want to keep the farm workers and those immigrants, those Mexicans out of this country, you make life hard for them here. And that's where that came from in the United States. You're taking pigeon steps. You know what? Oh, I'm glad CBD is being used. I think a lot of that, I'm just guessing you would know more than I would, a shining light. With King Charles and Princess Catherine having cancer, they're very human now. They're not regal royals anymore. They're just like you and I, like they've always been. But yeah, yeah, CBD rocks. CBD and RSO. I don't know what I'd do without them. Mitch McConnell thought he was helping he made hemp, industrial hemp legal. in this country, and he didn't realize that hemp technically is a type of cannabis. So that's when we ended up with CBD and Circle K. He was just trying to help Kentucky. Yeah, he was just trying to get rich. You went to a pharmacy in Amsterdam to educate yourself? Wow, now that's where I'd go to get educated. Well, I keep throwing these cards. I'm trying to shuffle them. Amsterdam. I want to go to a cafe in Amsterdam too. Can I go with you next time? I will specifically fly to London so we can go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use these 3 cards for our topics today. They're great ones too. First one, since we're talking about our idea space, we get this card again. Had it last week. Creativity. Focus on being creative and all the Donald Trump trials and the solar and the astrological cosmic energies, all that stuff will kind of zippity-doo-dah around you, go through you, change what needs to be happening, because when you're open to creativity, you're open to change. And when you're open to change, it happens just like that. It's that fear of change that stops it from happening and makes change so damn painful. Open up. You know you're creative. You know you can come up with solutions. Look how far you have come to this day, right? You got this in you. You've got this in you. The other one that I get today is soulmates. You know, we have lots of soulmates, and I love how it's the birds, Dolly. um, we all have many soulmates, all at the same time. Do you have a pet that you simply adore? Here's your soulmate. Your children, your spouse, your significant other. Yeah, yay, birds! Be open and loving to them. Don't hold back. Like your kids, kiss them until they're sick of your lips. Get oh. uh, show your love to your soulmate, those significant people in your lives that mean everything to you. Let them not ever doubt that. I was watching a psychiatrist, this is on YouTube, Dr. John Deloney, and he had a man who called in to his talk show. And this man was saying he didn't understand. He thinks his marriage is over. He got in a car accident, totaled his car, was at the ER, called his wife to tell her about it, and she was all, well, do you need me to come? He's like, well, no, I'm not hurt that bad. I'll see you when I get home tonight. He gets home that night and he asks her, my shoulders and stuff hurt because he got whiplash. The shoulders, and I'm sore. Would you mind massaging my shoulders? And she was all, well, do I have to right now? I have other things I need to be doing. What do you have to say about that marriage? When you marry someone, as John Delaney says, John Deloney, when you enter into the covenant of marriage, you are promising to put that person you are marrying and their needs above your own. And so is that person saying the same about you. They're putting your needs above theirs. Yeah, that marriage is totally over. Completely over. Me, soon as I'm in the hospital, it would be hard for me to stand back and find out which frickin' hospital do I have to get to, and what's the quickest way to get there, whether you want me there or not. I love you. I'm going to be there because I want to hold you. I want to touch you. Hi, Kate. Good to see you, huh? Yeah. How can people be so cold and unsatisfied in a relationship, but they just stick there? What the deal was, she got married because she wanted kids. They got married, they had kids. Now she wants her career and her life. She's got everything she's wanted. She doesn't care about him. He was a means to an end. She wanted kids. And then I hear Katie Porter lecturing somebody in Congress on single motherhood and how so many of our systems are all, well, parents can choose. They should choose whether they should go to work or not. Parents, single mothers, what choice do you have? So yeah, I selfishness is promoted heavily in the United States. And when the spiritual people say, I'm doing what is best for me, do what's best for you, practice self-care for you first, so you can have your shields up and your protection up and you're shining that light out there so that all that darkness and heavy crap and selfishness goes bing, 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 bing and bounces off of it. And that energy, when the sun is doing what it's doing right now, it's really hard to keep that energy up, isn't it? The third card that I get of topics, don't ever forget, you're filled with magic. Whether you use tools, whether you use rituals, whether you use herbs, whatever, you're filled with magic. We are all filled with magic. To access that magic, you've got to be creative. Focus doing something fun, something that is passionate for you. And that's not a selfish thing. Because as you're focused on doing that, you're open. Like I said, creativity opens your heart. It opens you up. So you're focused on whatever you're making, be it it's a, like Danny Shea one time said, I don't know, I'm going to get some cardboard and some rocks and some driftwood and make something. While you're doing that, you're opening up to messages from spirit and your magic is firing on all cylinders. And your soulmates are going, whoa, look what you did. Look what you made out of cardboard, rocks, and driftwood. You don't have to do like me and spend a bunch of money on resin and all the supplies that go with it. I'm just loving it, you know? So, oh, thank you. These cards are mine. I got to get them published. I got to finish the book. They're very intuitive. So, the action cards that we need, first off, with creativity, we need 2 actions. What do we need to do? First off, yes, call upon goddess energy while you're being creative. There's where you'll find your loving solutions. She's here. The divine goddess, that's what's got the world turned all upside down. She's here. And she's strong. And divine masculine's going, but wait, I had it all my way for so long. And she's going, not anymore. Rely on her. Rely on her in your creativity. And your crown chakra will open and you will understand. When your crown chakra is wide open, you are connected to divine light, and shining your light is easy. It's dimming it that is hard. Look for understanding in every situation. what I have to do, especially when dealing with some of the violent and angry people out there, I have to dive into the understanding. I've got to find a piece of compassion for them. Otherwise, I fall into that negative rabbit hole so far. Um, I get mouthy. You surprised? But if I go into my compassion and my understanding, all of a sudden, the love fills me so much for these people that are angry and hurt and disillusioned and frustrated. It makes me want to cry. I love them so much. Now, that said, were they to mouth off at me, I deserve respect. So, for your creativity, connect to source through your crown chakra, through your light, and ask for inspiration from the goddess and goddess energy to fulfill that creative whatever you're trying to do. I don't know, you do. The next thing is about our soulmates. Give me some cards about soulmates. Yes. When you find your soulmate, you will understand that all they are two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. Hey, mouse hole grower. I love this card. I ripped it off directly from Pink Floyd. Thank you very much, my group of the soundtrack of my life. But if you think about it, if you're two lost souls together, swimming in that one fishbowl together, who's lost? I think you found each other, right? So don't be afraid in getting that relationship that maybe that person, maybe that if it's someone new, um, maybe in your relationship you've got going on right now, you need to reach out to that person in a more um, basic needs kind of way. And you'll find healing in your root chakra. That part of you sit on, that's your foundation. That's your stability. And when it's blocked and out of balance, the rest of the chakras are having a real struggle to try to teeter and totter and stay in balance too. When you connect with your soulmate, do not give up your individuality because that is what attracted your soulmate to you in the first place. Grow as an individual so that you can grow as a relationship. And as you grow as an individual, share what you have learned with that soulmate. Encourage them to do the same. They may not always go for it, but that's okay. The next card, of course, was the magic card, right? So what actions do we need to do with this magic card? Oh, let's see. Oh, this card is so hard to see. Sacral chakra. Golly. I do. Magic. Don't hold it in. Use it. Use it. Your sacral chakra. That's right here. That's your stomach. You know, if you're not expressing your magic or you're not doing your spiritual work, you're going to feel it here because that's where your intuition rides. What's okay here? Once you get that chakra balanced, that sacral chakra balanced and humming right there, so you don't have a stomach ache anymore. Relax. Let it go. Because it's going to work out. No matter what you do, you're not going to change it. Really. If it's a situation like the election or whatever, all you can do is the part that you can do. And you can't worry about anything else. You think all your chakras are all shocked out? Never. They may be a little blocked and tired. That's a good comment though, Masshole, because we're talking about how the solar flares have really been zapping us. That magnetic pull. I mean, when I can see the northern lights in Arizona, that's that's a lot of magnetic energy coming from the sun hitting this earth. And that's really hard on the magnetic field of the planet and everything on the planet, whether you're in water or wherever. So, yeah, it's a big deal. The main thing you've got to do with the magic, don't hold it back. You must go for it. Look at his face. Go for it. Yeah. Shut that eye that's got the doubt. Close your eyes if you have to and dive in. You know, I think a lot, Moss Hall and I have had conversations about earth ships and alternative forms of living. Earth ships are something that are really popular in my area because I was just thinking about time. I'm trying not to use my air conditioner until after Memorial Day. That's always my big goal. Because that's the big expense for me. My big utility expense is air conditioning. Well, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, okay. You guys have it in the wintertime for your heat. I have it some in the winter as well. However, that's only maybe total of 4 months out of the year that I need air conditioning and heat. Maybe 5 months. The rest of the year, at least 6 months out of the year, I use no heat, no air conditioning. I just open it up and let the air do its due. So I am very, very blessed to live in the climate that I live in, even though you won't I leave that in another month or so. But as it gets hotter, it's already been 95. This Friday, I think it's supposed to be 98. So we're getting close to 100. That's why I say I'm hoping and praying I won't have to use my air conditioner. Usually right around 97, 98, you really need it to sleep at night. And that's why I haven't been sleeping so hot. So, through all of this, I'm hearing, understand, you can raise your vibes, raise your light through your creativity by accessing goddess energy. There's the kindness and the love. There's not harshness and fighting and I got to stand up for my rights and I got an opinion and you need to hear it. Yeah, I have an opinion about opinions. Anyway, opinions are like assholes. We all have one, but we don't always like to hear from them. Donald Trump. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Anyway, be open to creativity. That's when you'll be able to raise your vibes all the way from your root chakra. Your soulmates and everybody swimming in your little fishbowl will notice. And you'll make a positive change on their lives. Use that positive change because it's your magic. It's in your hands. You created it for those that you love. Go for it. Show them that feeling the intuition in their stomach is their truth. It will never lie to you. I promise. Go with your gut. If your gut says don't do it, fucking don't do it. Even if that means riding in the passenger seat versus the back seat of a car. I have known people who have gotten messages that said, don't sit in that seat. And when they didn't, they were really glad they didn't, because they got in a car accident and that person in that seat got hurt really, really bad. Listen to your intuition. It will never lie to you. Ever, ever, ever. And we're getting close to the end. Your gut has been wrong before. You know what? Was it the gut or the interpretation of the gut? Your gut's not wrong. Did you jump to a conclusion, or did you take your time and try to keep your emotions out of making the decision? That's the hard part. We make so many decisions with our emotions, and that's not what they're for. They're there to help you research for your decision. You don't have a problem with people telling me their opinions? If you can back, exactly. And if they can explain their opinions, why they have them. Exactly. So many people are just parrots these days, repeating what they heard. Exactly. Exactly. I'm getting ready to pull a spirit card. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit. Dolly and I were talking yesterday, or a couple of nights ago, actually. She saw a poll or a YouTube video that showed that, oh no, the polls have switched since the trial, and Donald Trump is going to win and Biden is going to lose. And it kind of put her in a little bit of a, oh no, what's this shit mode. Let me tell you, exit polls are so limited. Number one, they only usually talk to a certain demographic, and that's pretty much people who are retirement age or just getting into retirement age. Those are the people that they're asking. Second of all, they never, hardly ever ask a young person who they voted for or who they're planning on voting for, because, they're just young people. They don't know. Hello, that is the largest voting bloc in this election right now. Or all those young people that are out there demonstrating against what's going on in Gaza. Our leaders spend so much time living in their Washington, D.C. bubble, or their whatever state capital you're in. They spend so much time living in their leadership bubble. Some of them have never known what it is like to be a working person and just hoping and praying you've got enough coins to scrape together to put in your gas tank to get to work the next day. Or to make tomato soup out of ketchup for your kids so that they can each have a half of a grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner. They have no idea what that is. They've only heard stories. And that's the thing that will change with all of this. The people who are in the know, that are in the leadership, they need to be people who are not overwhelmed endowed with money, because it clouds everything. You've been made an example of. Was it your Facebook post? She posted a really cool Facebook post. She basically told everybody, stop being a parrot and think for yourself. Problem is, a lot of people don't know how to do critical thinking anymore because they don't teach it in school. Shoot, before I graduated from high school, one of the requirements of my senior class to get a diploma was you had to take a modern problems class. And in modern problems, they taught you how to do things like read the newspaper where it tells you what the stock market is doing and how to play the stock market. How the It's your damn checkbook. They don't teach any of that crap, do they, anymore? Of course, I'm the generation that had home ec, so we won't even go there. I am pulling a card from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reed, and it's really interesting. Look at the card I got. Follow the leader. And look at the creatures down there. I'm trying to get it so that it's not in the glow or in the glare. There we go. Look at the creatures down there that are trying to. Who are they following? Who's the leader there? They're trying to get up there to the end of time that's up there in that tree of life. This is a 10 card or a 40 card. So that's a 4. Of course. You gonna follow the leader or you gonna follow yourself when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to stability, and when it comes to foundation? I just got an example of your Facebook post. You had a good response. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad, Dolly. Did you see this? Yeah. Well, if you've ever taken a statistics class, you understand the numbers are only as good as the questions that accumulate those numbers. And if you're skewing it by who you're asking, there you go. You're wasting all your time. And something else I'm going to tell you really strong. Some asshole comes up to me and I'm voted and I've just voted and asks me, who'd you just vote for? You know what I'm going to tell him? None of your business! Because that's a private thing. How many people will say one thing and it wasn't what they did in these primaries? So, yeah, be careful when you're following the leader. What leader do you follow? Follow your own. Don't follow anybody blindly because it'll talk about reach up and slap you in the head. Yeah, it's a very private thing. I actually think that exit polls should be illegal because they prove nothing. All they do is give the news media something to talk about while they have their 2 long shows as they count every single vote and try to predict who's going to win this and who's going to. All those talking heads drive me nuts. I don't watch any of them. I haven't even been watching the Trump on trial specials that's every night on MSNBC. I don't need to. I don't need to. I know what that man is. I've watched the man for years. Hey, he admits he says, I never had sex with her. She's not my type. But they testify. He said she was beautiful. She is. So, you got your leader, and that's how I know it's been wrong before. Well, you know what? We're all working, sweetheart, with the information and our knowledge that we have. We're looking from our own perspectives on things. And sometimes it's not necessarily that we're right or wrong. We might make a decision that's going to teach us a lesson that we didn't really want to learn. It doesn't mean it was wrong. It just means, oh, okay, well, you need to learn this first before you can have what you're asking for. It's all a part of the process of becoming a better, more well-rounded person. I'm glad to see you here, Mousehole. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I wanted to show off my attire today. Since we're talking Taco Tuesday, do ya wanna get all the hair out of the way? Taco about it. Your brain knows, your gut feels, and you hate when the two clash. Well, here's one to add to it. Here's the decision maker for you, your heart. Your heart has the same memory as your brain. Go with your heart. Go with your heart. Go with what's kind. May end up slapping you in the face at the moment, but down the road, when you look back on it, you'll know because you did the right thing that you didn't do anything wrong. And maybe it was that other person or the instance that you were involved in. You love my little my Hello Kitty. I'm trying to find some Hello Kitty molds. Yeah, I'm really excited too. I got a t-shirt. I buy YouTubers merch, by the way. So I think I need to design a t-shirt. You love my hat? Love my $6 cap. Oh, thank you. I love you too. My sweet friend. For me, it's just the same old garbage, different day on the news, so I watch it. Exactly. How many times can you hear, this is a witch hunt? I did the greatest. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. How many times can you hear that and realize that he doesn't even believe it anymore because he can't remember where he's at. The late, great Hannibal Lecter. Give me a break. Give me a break, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, that cracked me up. I was like, what? When he's going on and on about Hannibal Lecter, I'm going, and he called it Silence of the Lamb. Okay, not lambs. Yeah, you do. In Massachusetts, hey, in Salem. You know what? We got witch issues in Arizona too. Let me tell you. The Aleister Crowley and who's the other guy? Anton LaVey type followers. We have a lot of them here. It's a very spiritual place, though. Um, Tucson alone has 3 Native American reservations within or just outside of the city limits. So, a lot of spiritual people. Oh, that's an interesting card I just pulled. Goblins. Don't let the goblins get to you, because all they are noise. Yeah, you know what, Fatima? I love you so much. Thank you for saying that. It is sad. You know what I find the saddest thing about this, what's going on with Donald Trump and his trials? Goblin and his trial. His own family isn't even showing up to support him. Jeffrey Dahmer's parents never missed a day in court, and he ate people. Yes, I have compassion for the little boy, but I don't have compassion for the adult. But when the little boy was never taught how to be a decent human being or just how to be a human being, period, um, that's the only place I find compassion for him. The other place I find compassion for him is in knowing the fact his father died of frontal lobe dementia, and he's showing every single sign of it and has been showing every sign of it for 7 years. Since his second year in office, I started seeing it because my mother had dementia. I see it. I recognize it. I like Taco Tuesdays too. Ah, Whimsy has Taco Tuesdays, and Marina, Heart Centered. I like them too. They're really good. I haven't watched Whimsy in a long time. You know, I started out as a moderator for Autumn, Black and Orange Tarot, and I used to just hang out on the Nasty Women Tarot with Sharon Lee and Lisa. And Lisa told me, when you get a channel, make sure you let us know. I was like, who said I was going to get a channel? Oh, well, you need to. So I did. Here I am. Uh, there's never too many Taco Tuesdays. Let me tell you, you're a man after my own heart because I can eat tacos every day. I can eat tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love my Mexican food. It's a good thing, huh? Considering I live in southern Arizona. Yeah, a lot of Mexican food up in Phoenix, too. Don't kid yourself. But my favorite Mexican restaurant is on the road between here and the little town Rio Rico, which is about 30 miles at the most north of the Mexico border. Rio Rico is. It's a place called the Mexican Restaurante. That's all it says. It's Halfway Station is the name of the restaurant. But a big old sign all the way across the top of it. Restaurante. Restaurant in Spanish. They have flour tortillas. I'm not exaggerating at all. This big around and so thin, you can see daylight through them. So good. Let me tell you, the chimichangas and stuff made out of those tortillas are so flaky and delicious. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. It's past lunchtime for you in Massachusetts, masshole. It takes that long for dementia to change. Yeah, to show a decline, 2 to 5 years or more. Yeah. Um, that's what Robin Williams died of was frontal lobe lobelia. I can never pronounce it properly, but it's in the frontal lobe of your brain. That's where your personality is, gang. That's the part where you get angry. That's the part where you calm down. That's your personality center. If people would have encouraged Hitler to do his art instead of harshly criticizing him, World War II might never have happened, and millions would not have died. Amen. As an artist, amen to that. And as an artist, I had an idea this morning as I was trying to hurry up and get my water so I can get back in here with you guys. I wouldn't start so late. But I made those white flower thingies, right? Grab one here. These. I painted this one with acrylic paint. Well, the rest of these, I think I'm going to do with my pastels. When I get done, it will look like it's made out of porcelain. So that is a technique I have not seen them do on this stuff yet. I'm excited to show it. So that's something I have done a lot of, because my mother and I used to do ceramics together. And that's where I fell in love with pastels as an art form. That is my art form. My main art form is I'm a pastel artist. So, and I'm not talking oil pastels. I mean the powdery, chalky stuff. Oh no! My volume left? Oh, I froze? Uh-oh. Well, it's about that time to go anyway. You can hear? Okay, maybe it was your computer. Maybe you had a solar flare glitch. That's what it is. This is like I feel like we're going through Mercury retrograde. Okay, thank you. Oh, Sin. Okay, good. Yeah. Um, then this stuff, it will turn out looking just like like porcelain. It's really fun. And I just had that. I was in a hurry. This is how creativity hits me. I'm in a hurry to go to the bathroom, and you're going, oh, yeah, I can do that. Let's try. And as I'm going to the bathroom, I'm thinking about the process of how I'm going to do it and what the products are that I may have to get my hands on to pull it off. Hello. See why the creative process will eliminate you, pull you out of your fear, pull you out of your doubt. Dive into creativity. Make yourself a layered crystal ball. Or I'll make one for you. You want one? Here's the next ones that I'm going to make. Show you the colors I'm using. The little ones. Look at these. You like those colors? Bluey purple and green, greeny gold. Those would be pretty. In these little balls. In these. Oh, YouTube has been a mess. YouTube has been. Hey, everybody who's out there listening. If you're a channel who's simulcast, I need to warn you right now. If you're the host who does the usual simulcast, has guests, so that the guest can simulcast it on their channel, as long as you're the host, you won't have a problem. But if you do lots of live streams, this is Dolly and I have pretty much come to this conclusion. If you do lots of live streams and you always simulcast as a guest with someone else, YouTube is going to look at your copy of the simulcast as a copy of their live stream. And if that's all you do, YouTube is going to say you don't have enough original content, all your stuff is copies, and shut down your monetism. This has happened to, I know if you've been in the chats, this has happened to several of the large channels the last week. Yeah, YouTube's been a mess. YouTube is looking at areas where it's losing money. They don't make money off of live streams. They make money off of live streams that has a replay that they can put ads on. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't make money off of live streams. And if your channel is strictly live streams and you're monetized, YouTube's not making money off of you. They're going to look for a reason for you to not make money off of them. I may try and start some different monetized channels. You can monetize, just don't put it all in one. There's card readers that have the joint, they have all of their income is all in YouTube and the ways you can make income through YouTube with merch through YouTube, all of that. Problem is, computer companies come and go. They get bought and they get wiped out. You're putting all your money, all your future in one basket. Don't do that with social media. It will. I've been in computers long enough to know, no. They change too fast. Don't do that. Well, thank you, Dolly, for coming. Go ice your shoulder. Yes, I'm sure you're in a lot of pain. I hope breakfast was good. And I will talk to you in a little while. I love you and thank you for coming, sweetheart. And I think I'm going to let the rest of you go because we went 14 minutes over today. It's kind of a long one, but I kind of was feeling the need that we needed to talk. We needed to do more than just here. This is this card. This is this card. This is this card. This is this card. We just kind of needed I love you guys. And after we did our 31-day mindfulness challenge, I wanted to be mindful of you and your fears because they're the same as mine. And yeah, I may have a strong spiritual connection and can calm my fears quicker, but I still have the same fears everybody else has. You know, I still do. So today, I just wanted to remind you, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Pick an area in your life that you want to improve and improve it by 1% today. And then before you go to bed tonight, to understand that to choose doubt as a philosophy of life is akin to choosing immobility as a means of transportation. What could be accomplished if self-doubt was replaced with self-belief? Well, I'm glad you needed that extra 15 minutes, Jenny. I mean, I'm sorry you needed it, but I'm glad I could help you. I'm glad I could be here. You guys, we've got this. Hi, Jorge. You're coming in just as we're getting ready to go. Good to see you, my friend. Uh, yeah, you know, things are not going to get any easier between now and November. No matter which way you want to vote, who you support, whatever, it's going to be hard on all of us because we're the ones who bear the brunt of it all. So I know my part. Hey, there's no such thing as late here. There's always the replay. You can go back and we had a good conversation. We've talked about lots of things, mainly creativity. So, um, if you're running into being really stressed out, or you're really scared, or you're really in fear, or you need to calm, I have a playlist that's only like 6 or 8 videos. It's called Grounding Meditations. And they're just little videos. They do breathing exercise at the beginning, and then it's all this peaceful music and scenes of nature while I talk you through a meditation. It's to calm you. It's to help bring your blood pressure down and maybe get you to understand you need to take a deep breath. Take 5 minutes out. They're only like 5, 6 minutes long. And I made them long time ago, but I think that you guys could maybe use them now. So I've been trying to put them on all of the end screens on my videos so that that playlist is there for you. So if you feel like you need to just kind of for a minute, that's a good place to go. When I'm not live, I'm here, but you know. And if you do need to reach out to me, you can always direct message me on Instagram and I respond. I'm asshole. That's where we've talked about so many things. So yeah, you can always get a hold of me through Instagram. I love you guys so much. Hang in there. You know, it's tough right now for all of us. We're all having a hard time. Understand that everybody's scared. People don't know what's going to happen next. And all we can do is just watch. We know our part and we know what we've got to do. And that's vote your conscience, vote your heart, and vote what you found to be your truth. No one else's and nobody else's soundbite. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Make kindness a habit again. So together we will thrive. I love you. Take care now.